Yes, there we go. So last time, it was 3 weeks ago now, I believe. Was it? Yeah. Was session 25, and you faced off with General Sertun. Despite the effects of the forest and the attempts of Sertun to kill you, the players were victorious. Upon their victory, the souls of an army long forgotten were released, and the forest seemed to slowly return to its former state. After defeating Sertun, they left the forest and discovered that the mark Sertun gave Alexander exploded into a mass of tangled briars with razor-sharp needle thorns. They burnt the remainder of the mark and continued into town, where a messenger accosted Atlas and gave him a package that contained a letter from Fulton and an eyeball, supposedly from Regis, his contact. After which, there was a council meeting where Jacques was invited to attend, and Grimm was officially made a new member of the council. In addition, they discussed some buildings that the kingdom should start building, and as well as the hag girl situation with Donna, and going to the Goblin Cave to recruit some test subjects for this supposed Goblin Guard. And that is essentially where we left off. You guys are all sitting around the table. The council was dismissed. It is about midday at this point, and you could set out for the Goblin area now, or you could wait till the next day.
We still need to put the contract in the fire, don't we?
You do need to do that as well.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Okay.
So we don't forget again.
Okay.
So who technically has that?
Atlas, I believe, would have that.
I feel like it was Fell who had it because
Fell had it, but let's say he gave it to you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. So you find a roaring fire in the council place, and Lady Torhana asks if you need her present for this. Would you like me to be here?
Doesn't matter to me.
Damn, ice cold.
Cold, I know, right? Damn.
And he says it just politely enough where you're like, "Fuck, was that a barb or was that like?"
Yeah. She's like,
Okay. All right, so.
And so she takes her leave.
So I guess I kind of squat and I don't just throw it right in. I kind of want to just approach the fire and see if it starts to change from heat or if it requires the flames, and probably requires the flames.
You slowly approach it. You're about a foot away from the fire, and you start to see this slight shimmer to the lettering, but it's not taking form yet. As you get closer and closer, it doesn't need to be in the flames, but your fingers are starting to burn.
Okay.
Go ahead and take.
We've got like, all right, whatever.
Go ahead and take
like calipers or whatever.
One, technically 2 points for you because you're vulnerable to fire of fire damage.
I'll take half as a reaction.
Okay, you take 1 point.
Roll
and you pull it back out, and the letter is singeing. There is a seal at the bottom right that says, "Does anyone read Infernal?"
No,
I don't.
Just Primordial, which I don't think
Abyssal.
is related.
I speak Abyssal.
Do you have comprehend languages?
I have tongues, but it's not prepared.
Yeah. Jacques?
Nope.
No.
If it was deep speech or draconic.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of languages between all of us, just not that one.
All right. Grimm, are you looking at it, though?
Yeah.
Oh. A voice in your head goes, "Holy shit."
It's in my ring.
It is your ring.
Weevil. Whatever his name is. Speak.
It's Erkin the Unwise. But Erkin. Yeah.
Erkin, what do you know of this?
Well, it says here. I'll get closer to it. All right, yeah, okay. It's just, you don't have to hold me out. Just hold you get closer to it. Jesus.
It's the most interaction we've had in months.
I know, right?
Don't touch me like that. All right.
It says third layer of hell, Marlock of Mammon.
Mammon.
I suppose he means Mammon of the third layer of hell.
Yeah.
The basically the king of the third layer. But Marlock is one of his servants, probably. He's who wrote this. And at that time, did everyone else take off their Exarloth ring except for Alexander?
Yeah, mine's off.
Right. Yeah, you never put yours on.
I never put it on.
Yeah, you're like, no, fuck that.
Well, hold on. I got a question on that real quick. If I were to have put it on some rope and have it around my neck, it doesn't work the same, right?
If it's touching your skin, it's very liable to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the feeling this is...
No, then I wouldn't do that.
Right.
I may think about doing that, though, but...
Okay. You could put it on the outside of your armor, and just do that.
Do that.
Okay. Your ring begins to glow, Alexander or Anos.
I will allow him to communicate.
Well, he goes,
I won't make him do the check or whatever.
Yeah.
Or make me.
I got you. Yes.
I won't do the check. Let me.
Mammon, an old acquaintance of mine. This
You regularly associate with devils?
I am a being of great cosmic power. I associate with whom I please, but the frequency has not been so common.
When was the last time you spoke with this being?
It was 1,000 years or so ago. He's likely not forgotten about me. But now you know the seal and this name Marlock, which is spelt Marloch. Since you know his name, you could get to him and kill him.
Good.
And this would break the contract?
Yes, it would void the contract.
How powerful is this being? He serves one of the archfiends.
Yes, but so do all devils that serve in that layer of hell. They all serve Mammon. Some range from not powerful, to you, and others, you are not yet to that task. But one that could make a contract like this would have to be sufficiently powerful. Probably not the pit fiend, if that's what you're worried about.
If I even know what a pit fiend is, but...
Yeah, make a knowledge check. History.
Okay, I can do history. I'm good at that.
With advantage, because you were nobility and you read a lot of books as a kid.
With advantage.
Nice.
There we go.
You know what a pit fiend is. You know of them, of the stories. They are basically the right-hand generals of these archdevils, these dukes of hell.
Dukes of hell.
They serve basically as emissaries sometimes in the Brass City of Brass, and they are outside of the headmasters themselves, the most powerful devil you can find out about. But Exarloth tells you that's probably not a pit fiend.
Do you know what it is, if it is not a pit fiend?
No, I don't. But we know his name. you could easily, well, not easily, but you could kill him.
Kill.
And by the way, Aenos is just saying this out loud. Everyone can just kind of hear this, but not, you can't hear Exarloth unless you have the ring on.
This seems pretty standard for this group.
Yeah, you're like, Jacques, you're just like, okay, this is, yeah.
Devils were trying to kill them.
Now
What's up,
this guy's having a crazy moment.
What's up, Zach?
Can we like summon and bind Marlock to something and then destroy that something, or do we have to fight him in open combat?
Oh, smart one this is. I suppose if you want to go that route, you could capture his essence and kill him that way. But that would require you to find a dreamscaper. One that can walk the plane of dreams and kill him that way.
Is that the only way to truly kill a devil?
No. The easiest way would be find a powerful spellcaster and bring him forth. But I sense, well, my thralls have told me of no such creature on the material plane with that power. Not since the Age of Wonders.
I have heard that the only way for a devil to truly be killed is to be killed on their home plane. Is this true?
In a sense, but not entirely. There are spells that can bring them forth. And once you kill them via this way, you can kill them for good. And there's also the dreamscape way.
So Marlock, if he's not a pit fiend, he's a lesser devil of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that bodes well for the open combat route. But do you have a lead on a dreamscaper or anywhere that we could go to pursue that? Because it sounds like we would have a heck of a time finding a caster that could do the summon.
He go. All right, did you put the ring on?
Sure.
All right. Open party line.
I've already used the ring, so Grim, I agree that if we all go insane, we should have one person that is the control variable. I agree with that.
Well, Jacques doesn't have a ring, so.
Well, yeah. Well,
there'll be 2 on 2.
Hey,
it's perfect.
Fuck y'all. Y'all went crazy. I'm out.
Yep.
There was one once who could walk
Like
the plains easily.
His name
One called Gwydion.
Oh, I was gonna say Vat von Wind or whatever the other one was.
No.
Gwydion.
Gwydion, yes. Gwyddian. Or ON.
Can you type
one
that?
of those two. Yeah, I'll.
That was very Welsh.
It is Welsh. If you know your Welsh lore, then you'll know where I got this name.
I do not. I'm not that good. I just know GWY looks very Welsh.
Yep. Gwydion. Yes, but... And also, go ahead and make a history check with advantage, Aenos again.
That was not with advantage. I'll do that again.
Yeah. Just roll once more.
All right, 19.
The name doesn't really seem familiar to you. If it's a name as old as Exarloth is saying, then it's a name possibly lost to the ages.
And where can we find this Gwydion?
am at a dilemma here. On one hand, I give you information freely. But if I give you this information freely, then you can truly become my allies, because you will not be bound by a soul contract to another entity.
You're more of a gentleman's handshake kind of guy, right?
Yes, that's my dilemma here.
Well, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to put you out of your comfort zone.
He, I think last I heard, resides on the plane of Mechanus. Where Primus rules over them.
I love that band.
My name is Mud.
No.
Nope.
So, switching gears, not too much, but do you believe that Fulton is powerful enough to summon Marla? No?
No.
Kind of a good thing.
He is close. I feel from things I have sensed, but he has not unlocked yet the 9th gate of wizardry.
Getting in some Zen stuff here.
Yeah. But find a way to this Gwydion and convince him to help you escape this material plane.
Is a Mechanus outside of this plane already?
Yes. But by that I mean go to a place that even I can't bring you. Basically meaning the dreamscape.
Alright, so just to recap, we need to get to Mechanus, to get to Gwydion, to get to the dreamscape, to get the devil there to kill him.
Yeah.
You could. That's one way.
And that one's the easier devil fight. But that's probably the harder path to get to that final outcome.
Correct. He also says you could just go to the 3rd layer of hell. The air itself would likely destroy you, as it's constantly raining down acid.
I would highly recommend we don't go to hell because I have a fire vulnerability. So really not interested in that, guys.
It's like some Diablo 2 stuff, you know, once you get to that certain hell difficulty, just everything goes tits up.
I think the Dreamscape one sounds the most, from a meta perspective, sounds the most interesting. But then I'm curious how what's the next step for the easiest path, hardest devil fight, which is finding that caster. So if Fulton's easily the most powerful wizard that any of us have run into so far. So if Fulton's not capable enough, where would we even begin? Like that's...
Yeah. Well, and you think about that for a second, and Gwydion seems to be the answer for both the options. But the third option, going directly there and killing him while in the 3rd layer of hell, Axarlof could do that. But you get the sense that's probably not the wisest choice.
Yeah, I mean, I would not go because there's no way I...
Okay.
Until we go take care of Fulton, right? Like if I...
Mm-hmm.
if I kill Fulton, then maybe my problem goes away. But so you think? Well, not think. You obviously know. But so what you're kind of inferring is that Gwydion is the caster of both of these solutions.
He has walked among dreams, and a wizard of the highest order.
Sounds like we're going to Mechanus.
Once we get to Mechanus, how could we find Gwydion? Can't imagine it'd be that small of a place.
Oh, it's not. It is truly vast. Perhaps Primus himself could help you, or one of his Modrones could. That task is set to you and how you would find it. Perhaps Gwydion would easily find you.
So Matt, we're at kind of a fork, not even just options in this, but like the other path, right, is to put the contract stuff off longer and go find Fulton, right?
That's an option. Just keep in mind if you do that. If you die, there is no coming back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if you get rid of the contract, you can die and possibly be raised.
And so we just need the two things: the practical thing of killing the dude to break the contract, but it doesn't matter which order, but we can do that, or and bring Fulton to Exarloth.
True. Yeah.
We need both of those things.
Yeah. So for Atlas, right? Mm-hmm. He is vulnerable to fire. So if we have to go get Gwydion no matter what, it'd be nice to lock him in a ring and then destroy it, more so than fight him on an open battlefield to get Marlock. I mean, so that's my preference, but I think it doesn't. None of that matters until we get Gwydion. I think we know what our next step is. We just need to research a bit. Are there any books or like any other people we should talk to before we do this, or just go? Obviously, you don't want us to die, so us dead doesn't help you, Exarloth. So, is this safe to just walk in?
Into Gwydion's place?
Into Mechanus.
It is a place of true law. Everything about it embodies absolute order. So, yes, you could go there as long as you don't cause any chaos. You could go straight there. But I would recommend finishing anything on your current agenda before doing so. Just in case time travels differently in certain planes. But Mechanus should be fine. I mean, after all, it is basically a giant clockwork of a plane.
I believe it is clear our directions.
Let's get it on.
Yes.
We will.
Yes.
We will succeed in this.
Yes, you will. And if that, the ring goes dull.
I'm out.
Sweet.
All right. So, Jacques and Green, you didn't hear any of that.
Nope.
Okay.
I've been talking with Jacques the whole time, just catching up, and like, hey, what's up? How are things going?
This is basically I think like the 4th or 5th time that people have just started staring off into space and talking. So I've gotten to where I just use like prestidigitation while I'm waiting on them to finish, like put beards on people or change the color of their outfits or things in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Atlas,
I've
you
tried on like 7 different mustaches on Green the whole time.
Atlas, you notice Aenos's mask changes color from time to time.
It's like straight up fuchsia.
Yeah.
With a big smiley face.
Big smiley face.
It's an improvement.
It's an improvement. Yeah. Oh, you should make his mask have emojis.
Oh God.
It would make us less suspicious, for sure.
Right. What do you think about that? When he frowns underneath the mask, his mask frowns. We're like, oh wow, that's impressive.
I think the poop emoji the whole time.
Oh God.
We could give him 3 masks: happy, sad, and neutral, and he could just wear the one he's feeling that day.
It's happy right now.
I mean, I think the happy mask would rarely get used. But
Oh.
I know.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Oh. Old
He's
man.
He's kid.
He's a kid.
He's a poor kid.
Anyways, do you guys tell your other party members about this?
Honestly, I mean, the Grimm for sure, right? But we need the help, and I don't want to scare this kid off. So I'm gonna make it sound a little better than what it currently sounds like.
Okay. What do you? How are you going to make it sound better?
It's traveling to a new world, getting to learn some new things. I know the right words for Grimm, but I don't know the right words for.
I feel like you're taking the Pocahontas route with me. Start singing in the corner.
Oh, good. But yeah, I mean, mostly just kind of cut to the chase and bring him in on it. I don't want him to accuse me of misleading him later, but I certainly won't talk about the third difficult option of going directly to hell to fight a demon. I'm not going to talk about that one.
Are devils mentioned at all? Is he a devil or a demon, firstly?
Oh, that is a very fair distinction.
Marlock?
In the game of D&D. Xarloth is a devil?
Oh, no. Xarloth is neither.
Yeah, he's an old one. So,
but the guy you're going to kill.
Marlock is a devil.
Do you mention that at all?
Yeah, what do you specifically mention to him?
Fight a devil, or?
All right, so I say that. Well, I mean, he knows about the contract, right? Or no, not really.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. The contract has our souls tied up in purgatory a bit, and so to be able to free ourselves of that, there's different routes. And the one we've settled on is killing the devil that wrote it. So we're going to Mechanus, where we're going to find somebody who can help us find that devil in a roundabout way that protects all of us. We're not going straight to hell. Hopefully we won't even have to fight the devil one-on-one. Probably just be able to take care of this with some magic.
So you made a deal with the devil, traded your soul for what now?
Nah, it wasn't really like that.
It was actually with a dragon.
Yeah, he wasn't even a dragon at the time that we signed it. There was a lot of mischief going on there, but basically we were either going to die or sign.
Okay.
There was an other option that
I didn't. What was the other escape?
Well, you guys had an escape plan laid out until this so-called Herald changed tune. If you remember, it was a while back ago.
Yeah,
it's okay if you don't. But he changed tune as soon as Fulton left. It seemed that he was like, how about I offer you this deal?
Then let's go slay a devil.
Pretty much.
I'm awkwardly on board with this.
Okay.
I'm awkwardly on board.
We're really putting you through your paces. You're going to have some great stories to tell your grandkids someday.
I don't so much care for devils and unjust contracts as just a rule of thumb. So if I can go spit in a devil's eye, I'll give it a shot. Don't have anything going on this week.
Nice. Good stuff.
All right. So now that you know that, how do you wish to proceed? Do you wish to do the goblin thing, get that out of the way?
The goblin thing.
Or do you want to... You said you're going to go...
Oh, domesticate
snatch a couple
some
babies.
robins.
And that would be completely your guys' role play, essentially. Like, you would then spend the next couple weeks to train. Basically see the initial results of your training, since goblins learn fairly quick. And this would give some downtime for Greem as well, for him to read the book.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense to go take care of that. How much time do we think will pass in Mechanus, and should we be worried about Donna?
As far as everything goes with time, Exarlov said pretty much not to worry about time passage on Mechanus.
No, I know.
Because it's a clockwork place.
Donna is aging here.
Yes, but the time ratio would seem to be 1-to-1 between the material realm and this Mechanus place.
Oh, okay.
It would be other planes that might be a little wonky. Possibly the dreamscape. And you're not even fully sure on how that is. There's nothing, you know nothing about it. You would have to find, as far as you know, Gwydion. But do you guys spend the rest of the night in town, or do you...
I mean, we're in. I guess it's fair to say our town now. It's because I'm part of the group. We're in our town, right? So.
Did I have the presence of mind to remember to get my +1 javelin after I threw it from the battle?
Yeah, you guys had enough presence of mind,
Okay.
I'd say. Okay, go ahead, Greem.
I was actually going to ask if I could. Do we have? Oh shit, we don't have. Well, yeah, we do. In the town, we have somebody that sells armor and arms, right?
Not really. You have an apprentice blacksmith that's now the master blacksmith.
Oh god.
And they have basic armor. You guys don't really have a full-fledged blacksmith yet.
But
He's learned a lot.
But we don't have anybody that can I can buy some swords from.
Just like regular swords?
I want to sell my rapier for 2 short swords.
You can definitely do that.
Okay, cool. Then I would like to do that.
Yeah,
that's what I will do. I will spend my time doing that, and eventually reading the book when I get that chance.
All right. That'll probably be after the goblin situation.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're kosher.
All right. So it sounds like everyone's just going to hang around town, take a day off, reflect on things.
I'm going to go build a cave to potentially kill a small child when she turns into a hag.
Okay, go ahead and give me some intelligence checks.
I remember was promised an architect that would.
Oh,
help
yes,
me with
you
the
were.
planning.
The architect is currently building the road and about 100 miles or so away from town. So if you want to wait a little bit and recall him, we can do that. And you might meet him along... Actually, your path to the goblins would actually take you by the main campsite.
Okay, then I'll wait.
Okay.
To the fur.
Okay. Atlas, anything for you?
How do you want to do this this pocket sewing?
So what kind of thread would you like, and the colors that you would like to do, and what kind of coat you would like?
I'm trying to figure out, because like I guess I need a pocket in each of my... I might not be ready to do that because I'm still doing the identity thing right now. So we'll skip on that. But
we can table that for later.
Yeah, I'll sew though,
and it would only take one night to do it, as long as you weren't creating a whole cloak overnight. You're just buying a cloak and modifying it, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So I mean, I guess it's like one of my merchant identity, right? He has a big nobleman's cloak or whatever.
Okay,
right? So I could put the face mask in there. So like I guess that's the one I know for sure I want to do right now, I suppose. How do you want to do it? Because that one does make sense to do. Because I'm going to use him a little bit more.
You can Just, you can go ahead and sew it in there. It's fine. You're proficient with sewing enough.
Okay.
Yeah, when it gets to the point where you want more and more pockets, I might have you roll to make it more discreet.
Okay. Cool.
You know, but only one pocket, I would say, with your knowledge, you can just do that. Make it discreet enough where it doesn't form a lump, where it's obvious. It's a hidden pocket as well.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Anything for you, Anos?
I'm just gonna be doing some light exercises this evening. I need to remember. I'll leave one silver great sword here. I'll take whichever better one with me, just in case.
Okay. Then the rest, as night passes, you all have a fitful sleep. Atlas. In your dreams, you see a shadow over a sprawling city that you recognize as Devon. This shadow seems inert, but slowly as you move, the shadow seems to spread throughout the city. When you stop, it stops. But as you continue to move, you cannot escape this shadow, just as the city cannot escape it. Then a storm begins to brew, with rolling thunderclouds bringing forth lightning like javelins thrown from the sky. Lightning seems to be striking at only 5 places. You look up and you swear you see a massive creature writhing in the sky, cloaked from observers. Then your vision shifts. A knife in a hand, blood dripping down its blade, and 5 bodies lay around you in a circle. Your vision shifts outwards, viewing your own body, and as the lightning flashes and illuminates your face, for a split second, it briefly transforms into the face of a mind flayer and then back to your normal face. You wake up the next morning covered in sweat. Green.
Damn. So real quick, the shadow was independent of me. I would move, but the shadow, like me, what I was worried about was me going to Devon isn't bringing the shadow, right? That's not what I perceived.
You're not sure. Dreams seem to be cryptic at best. Green. You're reading a book. You're surrounded by books everywhere. You're trying to find a way out of this blood contract that your allies have been soul-bound to. Rest eludes you in this dream. And then suddenly, all the books, even the one you've been holding and looking through, disappear. There's one book on a shelf in this endless void. You notice that you're no longer in a house, but instead in a space that has no real feeling to it, as if almost floating in nothingness. You simply think about walking to the bookshelf, and instantly you are brought there, or rather, it was brought to you as soon as you took your first step towards it. The book seems water damaged and has a deep purple leather binding with the symbol of an eye embossed on the front cover. You open the book and you wake up, seemingly filled with determination. Jacques, are you there?
Yep.
All right. You sit on a nice grassy knoll. A storm that is throwing Cord's own might against a small parcel of land rages in the distance. Behind you, the childhood home, cold, snowy, and lonely. The place you are standing is in between these two worlds, on this grassy knoll with daisies atop it. You revel in the peace and calm and let the storm rage on in the distance, and let the cold hit your back. You're not sure if it's your eyes growing wary or those mushrooms you picked growing atop this knoll, but you see several figures fighting in this storm among beasts of mythical proportion and legend. One with 3 heads, one with a jeweled eye, a large winged beast, and a tentacled mass that isn't so much as fighting but somehow controlling both the figures in the storm and the storm itself. These figures, you know alone, they cannot defeat the storm, but you also feel that if you leave this grassy knoll, there will be no turning back, and you leave the life of certainty behind. As you wake up, also covered in sweat. Anos. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The sky is red with bubbling clouds above. Before you lay 2 paths of about equal width, but one is draped in chains where the other seems muddy and hard to travel. You look behind you and the road you are on is slowly crumbling away, leaving nothing but a void, a deep black emptiness. You get the feeling that if you go towards the void, your troubles will be over. You turn towards that and you see a figure in the void, and you can't quite recall what it is, but you know the shape of this thing. But every time you try to re-envision what the shape is, you fail to bring it forth into your memory. And yet there it floats, getting seemingly closer to you as the decay starts to speed up. Suddenly, a lightning bolt strikes the path, and then a very imposing figure you can't quite make out, not only due to the afterflash of lightning, but also because it's bathed in a very bright white light. It stands before you, and it simply points the other way, down the path of you awake groggily, to the faint hum of Exarloff's ring, slowly blinking.
I will respond to it.
There has been an awakening of some sort. What did you dream of last night?
I dreamt of 2 paths, both difficult.
Interesting.
And behind me was a path that was crumbling, disappearing, and a figure that I couldn't quite make out. It's pointing me away from this crumbling path.
It seems you've awakened the attention of a god.
What makes you think that?
I had a dream, a waking dream, last night. It was not a pleasant one.
Damn, I wish that was me. I want to insight that so bad. All right. Never mind.
I feel we are in this together.
What god would you believe this is?
I don't know. Some god of nature, perhaps. Some god of war and righteousness, perhaps. That's all, really. I just wanted to know if beings I was somehow connected to also had a dream. And the ring goes cold.
Alright, I'll ready myself and go to wherever we meet.
Alright. What's Atlas, what are you doing after the dream?
Writing down everything that I can remember. And then I just take a few minutes to kind of just process it through. Yeah, and then I get up and kind of try. Once I don't want to dwell on it, so I try to start working on something else and leave and move on.
Greem, what are you doing after you wake up?
So you said that I felt determined?
You did.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay. I'm gonna carry that determination forward, and I'm gonna wake up and not. I'm gonna look at that dream as, yeah, it might have been a warning or, you know, precursor, but it's definitely gonna make me work harder towards helping. Yeah, I just wake up and acknowledge it for what it was, and I'm gonna go outside and take a deep breath of fresh air.
Okay. Okay. Jacques, what are you doing after you wake up?
Once I wake up, I'm probably just going to go outside. Is the sun up yet?
Actually, it's just cresting over the horizon.
Then I will go outside, find a little hill or maybe not cave, but just an area away from everybody else where I can still see the town, but just sit and sunbathe for a little bit in the morning sun and reflect on everything as it rises.
Okay. You do that. You're the first one to wake up. And later you see, you're a little ways away from town, but you see a figure come out of the manor, short as stature.
I could say I went for a walk.
Yeah.
I took a long walk.
Well, you went outside. Yes, Atlas, that is correct. In the whisper. Anos, you go to where they normally meet, and you haven't run into anyone. They're the only one in there. Perhaps you're the only one that's had this dream. And also, on the ninth day, as the sun crests, the clouds start rolling in, and Jacques, you start to feel the sprinkle on your grassy knoll, and you see the torrential downfall of rain starring over the town, eerily reminiscent of the dream.
Oh, boo. Well, I will probably head towards town. I don't want to get wet.
But yeah, Greem, you noticed the library there on your walk through town. You haven't quite gone in there yet. Did you guys deliver those waterlogged books yet? By chance?
I don't recall the books at all. What are the waterlogged?
Fell bought a shit ton of books, and from the library in Javar.
Oh, yeah.
And they were all like water damaged.
Let's just say Fell took care of that. Yeah, he took them to the library.
So they're in the library?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I was going to say, yep.
Okay. So yeah, Greem, you just walk around town for a little bit?
Yep.
Okay.
Just walk around and just, think about it.
Yeah. You see the librarian out there, his name's John the librarian.
John the librarian.
Yeah. Greets you kindly, and tells you if you ever need a space to study, that it's here for him, because he knows you're a member of an intelligent member of society.
I was gonna say, do they know that I've become a member of the council?
They don't know yet.
Okay, good.
But yeah, what's everyone else doing as the day progresses? Or anything else, Greem?
I was just gonna say to him, thank you, and I appreciate your generosity.
Yeah.
Your hospitality.
Make a perception check real quick.
Ooh. Perception. What the hell? Sorry, apparently my character sheet just went down.
Actually, what's your passive? It'd be 10 plus whatever.
I'll tell you as soon as my character sheet pops up. I don't know why Roll20 is being super slow for me. Okay.
Are you using Chrome or Firefox?
I'm on Chrome.
Okay.
If it is starting to rain and I do see Green, I'm probably going to run past him and duck into the library because I don't want to be caught in the rain and see if I can pull him in there too because I'll be bored if I'm in the library.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 14, by the way.
Okay. You see Jacques running towards you, past you, and he grabs your arm, and you go into the library. And John goes, oh, okay. First customers of the day. Okay.
I guess, my friend, we're going in now. Now seems like a good time.
It's about to rain. Don't ruin your beard.
And you haven't noticed that.
I'll have you know my beard is well kept.
Yeah, and you do notice now that the sky is turning overcast very quickly, and it's starting to begin raining very slightly. And the librarian covers his books that he has in a bundle
I'm gonna take stock on this moment for a second and think how interesting it is that I'm now finding myself in a library and move into the library.
Yeah, it's quaint. The library, it's not bad. It's already now has several hundred books on its shelves.
Nice.
And as John goes in there, there's a sort amongst yourselves. I'll just put these up while you gentlemen wait out the storm or whatever. And he starts doing that.
Can I tell that the books are damaged?
Some of them are.
Why are your books all waterlogged, man? I whisper to you.
To me?
Yeah. Because I assume you guys built this library. I'm assuming this is like your town.
Well,
I thought you might place a higher standard on education.
Indeed, I would. But here's the thing. I didn't have a hand in building the building. It was here when we got back from our last adventure. These books are water-ridden mostly because... actually, I forget the circumstance and why they were. But
Javar got flooded out because of the calamity.
So, our friend Fed, he's no longer among us. He thought they would be best served in our library, and I agreed. So, yes, they look in shambles, but I would hate to waste perfectly good resources.
It seems that the books themselves have a tail. I go over there and I start like pulling them out so I can look at the fronts of them and then pushing them back up, just to read the covers. Where are the good ones?
Actually, come to think of it, this is the first time I've explored the library.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Jacques, how about we make a mini adventure and take a field trip around? So I will go walking around and I will look and see how well organized this place is set up. Just sort of adding my 2 cents to that.
John's got an interesting system going on. They don't seem to be organized alphabetically, nor are they organized by fiction, non-fiction. Instead, they're organized by moralities, stories.
Somebody needs to get the Dewey Decimal System up this shit.
This goes there.
This was a little edgy. Let's put that.
We're gonna need a card catalog ASAP. Okay.
Do we discover that pretty quickly?
Yeah, you're going in there and.
Yeah, I was gonna say I head towards that thing that I see.
Oh, okay.
It just caught my eye.
You guys are kind of close to John, and John's
like
putting up
John, we're like, hey, can we see that book?
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
John goes, this one.
Oh yes, this one, my friend.
Pulls it out. Purple tome, leather bounded, shows you the front. You're taken aback as there's an eye on the front cover.
Good. I imagine I notice now that my dream has somewhat come to fruition, and more or less, and I'm thinking, okay, this must be the thing I'm supposed to look into. So feeling like there is a bit of a divine intervention here,
yes,
I take a seat somewhere comfortably and start reading through the tome.
Yeah, and Jacques, you're having fun with Greem, and all of a sudden Greem gets serious, pulls out a tome, and goes and sits down and starts reading it.
I like to keep the image that I'm just like happy-go-lucky, so I'm still looking through the books and stuff. Yeah. But I'm clearly now pulling them out, but I'm like looking over my shoulder to watch Scream more than I am.
You're like, anymore.
I'm like, what's
as long as he doesn't go crazy.
What's he doing? Because now I'm curious to see what he has, because he's got one that caught his eye. So
yeah,
I'm still looking, but now I'm more interested in what he's doing.
Okay. So, Greem, this takes a couple hours to get through. To get through the stuff that you can read. Because a lot of it's just lost. It seems that this book contains several different stories. The ink is now ruined, and a lot of pages are so damaged that you can't make out anything of what it was. Now, it's a story of a man named Gwyn who went across countless boundaries and found his way into the dream world, actually.
Oh, good.
And broke free into the dreamscape and found his arch nemesis there. Instead of killing him, the man took something out or trapped something in. Some sort of black gem. The text is so water damaged and is unreadable for a few pages. But in the end, it seems that the man seemed to get revenge by controlling or influencing his nemesis to do as he bid. But afterwards, his nemesis was able to break the control due to the frequent usage of this power, and it ended up killing them both. And at the end, it seems like the whole moral of the story was to show mercy or not be too greedy with control. But what strikes you most is you've never heard of this story before. Nor of this soul-bound dreamscape other than from Exarloth.
Oh, so it's starting to make sense then.
It's starting to make sense. And there seems to be another path that could be taken.
Huh. So
different
instead of doing
Atlas,
what he... Okay.
Instead of what Atlas said, where you either find a wizard, he casts something, devil gets brought to you, kill devil, or you go... an option that doesn't so much kill the devil, but binds him to your will, allowing him to do something. You're not sure. Maybe a wiser voice.
Is that the alternative, or is that what was suggested? So Atlas had suggested that's what we do?
Well, suggested that...
you find a wizard.
You find this wizard Gwydion.
Right.
And he is able to transport you to the dreamscape or cast a spell that brings the
devil to us.
Devil here. Either way, you kill the devil.
Right. Yep. My perspective was... like on the meta, but repeating what I had said was, I don't want to face the devil in open combat. If we're able to summon, bind it, and then kill it, that's a little neater, in my opinion, but I don't know how it works. I'm not a wizard.
So what we're saying is, DM, is that it is possible to do this other thing. Which
the thing that you just read about?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a story.
Aha. But see, therein lies the issue. It's a story to be taken as I will. So
exactly.
I will. Excuse me, John.
Oh, yes.
Would it be all right if I borrow this lovely tome for a while?
Sure. Let me get you a library card.
Ooh, goody.
1 second.
All your gold.
And he drafts it up. It's very illustrious looking and very nice calligraphy. Name
Greem.
Greem.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know me. Like, you know me. No, you don't know me. Never mind. I am Green Fist.
Green Iron Fist. Okay. How long would you like to check this book out?
If I may, I would like to keep it for a week.
That's fine. Of course, there's no fee if you don't return it, but I ask that you do.
Oh, I intend to return it.
Okay.
Believe me, I believe its rightful place is right here on these shelves.
And
to inspire all that dare to read.
He takes the book, makes a slight marking in it, and you notice that it's a little number that's assigned to you, and it's 001. And hands you the library card, and the number on that card is 001.
That's awesome. That's cool. All right. So, okay, I will pay attention to Jacques now and say, well, my friend, have you found anything interesting?
Is it raining outside?
A couple hours later, the rain has mostly stopped. It's mostly just fitful little sprinkles now.
Hey, I'm climbing up like a ladder to like one of the top shelves of the book, or the bookshelves. I'll just turn around and say, I have discovered something very interesting. It's no longer raining. I hop down and start heading towards the door.
Fantastic.
Right. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Atlas and Aenos, what are you guys doing?
I'll be in the barracks or whatever kind of training facilities we have, doing some basic exercises. But I would, while I'm doing it, I'd like to contemplate on what kinds of gods perhaps frequently communicate through dreams or are affiliated with light and lightning.
Yeah. Make a religion check 2 times. 1 for the first thing you said, 2nd for the other thing you said.
Oh, joy. All right. -1.
Okay. So the first part of that was seeing which deities may communicate through dreams. And dreams are a tricky thing. Most stories you remember, gods sent a sign, and that sign often occurred in dreams. Rarely an actual physical manifestation, unless the character was extremely, oh, that's beautiful, extremely important. But even in the stories that the gods contacted anyone at all, resulted in, well, a story. So the answer to that is most, if not all, deities probably can communicate, influence dreams somewhat with some type of divine intervention. Very rare, and as far as you thought, maybe fiction.
All right.
But as you're training, the clarity of battling, sparring with guards and such and the like, maybe it's not such a silly thought after all.
Okay. And sorry, I muted the wrong thing. My bad.
It's okay. You're fine. You're fine.
All right. The other religion one. 19.
Nice. You're thinking someone of the Tempest domain, maybe, perhaps. And that would be Cord.
Cord. All right.
And there could be a couple other ones as well, depending on. But well, for your dream, it was definitely. It could be a couple of them. It could be Helm, god of protection, who's life and light. It could have been Cord, who's the god of storm, strength, and battle, revered by all warriors. And his symbol is a sword. Oh wait, no. Don't know on that one. Oops, did I mess up on the...
Who's what?
I thought it was a gauntlet grasping a lightning bolt, but it might not be. I'll check on that one. But
For cord?
for cord, yeah.
I think that sounds about right.
Okay. Well, he does Tempest. He's the Tempest domain. It could have been probably one of those two, as far as you know.
All right, cord or helm?
Cord or helm?
If only we had a priest of one of those.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all I'm thinking about is my dream too. Tried to get over it, but wasn't really able to. So, I saw the big thing for me. Matt, are you cool with me saying out loud or rolling to confirm what I whispered to you?
I mean, you can.
I mean, it's all interpretation, right? Is that basically what it's going to kind of boil down to?
Yeah, it's all interpretation. So if you want to just say what you're interpreting it to be.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not with anybody, so I wouldn't, there's no reason to say it out loud, I guess. But
yeah.
The massive creature, if I keep thinking about that, did it have any shape at all that...
Make a history check to recall. History, is there knowledge, or just make a intelligence check. Just regular old intelligence to recall. You know, dreams are very fleeting things.
Yeah, that's why I wrote down everything I could remember, which is basically what Zach wrote down.
Yeah, you're trying. It seemed almost formless in the dream, but you're not quite sure. It had a shape. You know it did. You can't recall what its shape was.
Okay. And then, can I recall where the 5 lightning strikes were? Or do I at least have any? It was like one right in this, like on the corner of the sea or something like that. Like, was there any of them that were a good starting point? Like any natural formations or any?
You know that they all seem to strike as one in the same district, but you don't know the pinpointed district. I mean, you don't know the pinpointed houses, but you know the district.
Okay, what was the
district is the government district. Basically, where all the dealings go on and most of the nobility live.
Okay. So it wasn't spread out. All of them.
It was concentrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So honestly, the thing that freaks him out the most is the Mind Flayer thing. But other than that, the idea of Deverin's government falling sounds amazing, right? So like, Atlas is honestly pretty stoked. It was what seemed to be a nightmare, but with good consequences. So
yeah.
Keep in mind, he's happy to have citizens of another nation die for his nation to succeed, right? So obviously, it's not super happy, but
it's all right. All right. At this point in the day, it's probably noonish. You all reconvene. Jacques and Greem come in. Greem has a tome in his hand. Aenos, you're coming in for basically lunch that Wen has prepared for you. Roasted lamb chop, potatoes. All right. What do you guys want to do now? Because this is the first time, aside from Greem and Jacques, that you guys have met since you woke up this morning.
I don't know. Probably share our dreams. Get in a circle. Hold hands. Kumbaya.
Okay. So
do we all know we had bad dreams, or would
no?
We
you don't. You don't.
Would we just assume that we would be heading to go talk to these
Atlas
goblins?
Started off. You're there. You're the first one to speak.
So where are we at right now? Who's around?
You're basically in the. It's just you guys, and Wen is serving you.
And so we're in the manor house. It's
You're
the
in
same
the manor
place
house.
That does Larari live here too?
Yes, but she left earlier today because she is probably on her way to go continue building her mansion on her large plot of land that you gave her.
I'm gonna go build my mansion now, bye guys.
Which is right here, if you forgot. I just pinged the map.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty pristine property right there.
Yeah.
She got a nice spot. Shame she's just building for us to take it. That's all right. Well, no, I would just open it up with asking if anyone else had dream last night. A disturbing dream, intrusive dream.
I wouldn't necessarily say that my dream was disturbing. I actually would believe quite the opposite. It has led me to some clarity. And perhaps a new plan.
Well, so Atlas's dream, he feels the exact same way, but he's not going to say that to you guys. He's like, oh no, it was super intrusive.
Yeah, so now you're like, whoa, wait a second.
Really, really bad. All right, so Anos, how about you?
I had a dream as well. I was at a crossroads. Both paths forward were difficult, and the one behind me was being destroyed. Now, Axarloth communicated with me. He too had a dream, a waking dream.
Okay.
And he said that perhaps this was the communication of a god. And the more I think about it, the more that seems true. That there was a bolt of lightning that turned being into light. And the more I think of it, the more it points me towards a god of the storms. Perhaps Cord or Helm.
My dream had lightning in it too. And so that was it? Just the paths?
One path was bound in chains. The other was thick with mud. Behind me was a path that was crumbling.
I'm holding this, what'd you say it was, lamb chops? Pork?
Yeah.
Lamb chop?
Yeah, they're
on a fork while I'm burning it with fire that I'm making for my hand.
Okay.
To really get it seared. What is an Axarloth? Let's talk about that. That's a new name.
We're on a different subject. No need to divert.
Well, apparently Axarloth talks to gods that then speak to you guys in your dreams. That seems fairly significant. I mean, since we're going to go slay a devil and all.
So did you have a dream?
Yeah, I dream.
What were your dreams like last night?
I feel like you're dodging questions, really.
I mean, we're going around the table asking dreams. If anyone's dodging, it's you trying to change the subject. What was your dream?
Well, I mean, I kind of want to know what everyone else's dreams are about before I just throw my guts on the table, especially if I don't even know who was... since you guys think that somebody's powerful enough to implant these dreams.
Yeah, I mean, it seems likely that it could have been a god, which is frightening in and of itself. Fine, I'll tell you about my dream, and then you tell me about yours. I saw a shadow moving over Devon, and when I moved, the shadow moved. And a storm began to brew, and lightning struck in 5 places, and they were all in the government district of Devon. And then there was a massive creature in the sky that was cloaked from all the observers. And I really can't recall the shape. Then there was... So, Matt, was the knife in my hand, or the knife...
Knife was in your hand.
The knife was in my hand.
And then the dream, it went third person, and you viewed yourself.
Okay.
And so then the lightning flashed, the thing happened, and you're back to normal.
So I saw the knife in somebody else's hand, and I wasn't able to make out that figure. And around this person, there was 5 bodies. And Matt, were the 5 bodies dark, or did they have clothing and I mean, I know it's a dream, but
they had no distinct features that you
distinct. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
Okay.
On that one.
No worries.
And yes, shock.
And I rolled an 8, so make that a 22.
All right. And Jacques, before you even rolled that, Jacques wanted to insight your story. So he's going to do that now. Okay.
Believe me, motherfucker. Just kidding.
So yeah, Jacques, he seems to you be
Seems
telling
like he's
the
on
truth.
the up and up.
He seems
Why
like
would you not
he's on the up
believe
and up.
me?
Because you seem very defensive about these dreams, so now I'm curious.
Oh no. Oh no.
Doug. Oh,
That was weird. It disconnected everybody from me for a minute.
oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we're back now, so
Okay, cool.
go continue.
I'm not being defensive about the dreams. I want to hear everyone's dreams. I'm happy to tell you about Exarloth. I will, before we leave this table, you will know everything about Exarloth. But I just want to hear the dreams while they're still fresh on our minds. And so to finish mine, I saw the that figure with the knife in their hands, bodies around them, and then the lightning flashed, and it was a mind flayer. So that's a little concerning, considering we're talking about Exarloth. We will get to Exarloth. Greem, can you tell us a little more detail about your dream?
Well, if I'm being entirely honest, my dream just came true. Literally, I was in the library and something called to me. And when I looked up, it was a very specific book. And I reached out to attain it, and within was knowledge. I had this very surprising... You see, I was in the library studying how to help you with your little pact problem.
Appreciated.
And
In the dream.
I may have found something that can help us in that situation as well. But when I awoke, I had a sense of determination, as it were, and here it is.
And when you say
As he pulls
nice.
a purple leather-bound tome with an eye on the front.
And does the eye mean anything? Is it a sigil we recognize?
I didn't bother to check. You know what? Now that he brings that up, is there a way I can make like a religion or
you know. You're a cleric. Ioun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's an Ioun.
Oh,
Really?
Ioun.
Yeah.
Oh, goodie.
Goddess
that makes
of knowledge.
Me even more excited.
Better than the Eye of Vecna or something.
Yeah, no shit. That'd be real bad. Vecna is calling to you.
It's gonna go one of two ways.
Damn it.
Okay. Well, I think that definitely.
Now that you think of it, no.
I think that confirms that it was certainly divine intervention, right? I mean, that seems very happenstance. So, Anos has described his, I've described mine, and Greem has described his. So please, Jacques, would you enlighten us?
Mine seems much less, at least my interpretation of mine, seems much less significant because it doesn't seem to pertain to what you as a group have going on. But my interpretation of my dream, because I don't remember details as well, I just try to interpret it and move on, seemed to be that I was caught at a crossroads between returning to my home country versus staying with this new budding nation. Although a common theme is there was a storm with lightning involved, so that does seem to maybe hint that it could be from the same source. That your path, your nation would be a much more turbulent and trying path, potentially filled with violence. But it seems that I'm at the crossroads of choosing which way I should go. This might be a jumping point for me. I don't know, since we had this dream after we decided to go pursue some devil, if that's what triggered this dream or not, but it seems like this is the point to where I need to make the decision to back out of this nation and return home, or potentially stay here. That's my interpretation.
That's an interesting struggle. I hope that you find the right decision, whatever that may be for you. So Exarloth, Aenos, do you want to, Jonathan, you want to take that one?
Exarloth is an aboleth. It is a being beyond the ancient that has given us a way that we can break this devil contract. And he communicates through these rings. And I just kind of show the platinum ring on my finger.
And to be clear, the way in which we destroy this contract thus far does not have us signing another one. So he's just so far provided advice. We'll see how that works out. But he's not asked too much on our behalf except killing that vampire tree. So far, his goals seem to line up with ours. The concerning thing to me is that he does lead a group of mind flayers and some Githyanki, and I saw mind flayer in my dreams. So I personally won't be signing anything that he has to offer. And
you said the mind flayer was holding a bloody dagger, right?
Well, it was just a man, and then it turned into a mind flayer. Its face was a mind flayer the whole time, maybe, but it took lightning. It was kind of in the dark. So lightning flash, and it was a mind flayer's face. And the only mind flayer I've ever met was the ones that we've killed, and the ones we have a neutral peace treaty with that Exarloth leads. But we dwindled their numbers significantly. And if we chose, take the ring off, Aenos.
Yeah, and you...
I want to say something, but no rings.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it off. Just put it on the table.
So
Okay.
if we chose to go against Exarloth, I think we could take out the rest of the Gith and the Mind Flayers pretty easily. Their numbers seem to be dwindled significantly. We took half of their forces out. I think that Exarloth would prove a larger challenge. So at this time, we're working with Exarloth because he's leading us in the direction of breaking this steaming contract. But I'm not looking to jump from the skillet to the fire.
Yeah, I definitely agree that him sending you to kill a vampire tree and helping you slay a devil doesn't exactly make him out to be a bad person so far.
Yeah, he's interesting. I mean, he's leading mind flayers, so he's not particularly good in my opinion. But
maybe he has bad intentions, though.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly has some bad motives. But so far, our goals have aligned, and once they diverge, we'll make our decision at that point.
All right. Also, Jacques. Do you guys explain to Jacques what an aboleth is?
He said the old one, like he was around when the gods were around.
No one...
Instead of being beyond ancient. I don't really...
Yeah.
Well, he witnessed the gods when they were mortals, right? Like he witnessed old battles. So, do you have more flavor to add, Matt?
Basically...
I gave no physical description.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not really necessary.
That's true. You're right.
We should give him a physical description if you haven't already. It's going to be quite startling the first time he sees it.
Who says he needs to? But that's your choice.
Touche. Touche. All right. So Exarloth is a bit frightening looking.
I mean, he leads mind flayers, so I don't expect him to be too nice.
Then you're all set.
I'm just gonna know that he's an abstract being, probably.
He does have a physical presence, but it's yeah.
And he lives in the underworld, the Underdark, so he's part of this plane.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but he's on the border of this plane.
All right, Jacques, and you know what an aboleth looks like, actually.
Oh, well, already.
It is. I'll show it to you.
I saw it. I was here for the session when you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Out of character. I know.
3 eyes,
Now you know.
bunch of tentacles.
Yeah.
And now that you think of it, make a intelligence check there, Jacques. As he's describing, says it's an aboleth.
I'm not a bright man.
You can't really recall. You know what it is, but something nags you about it. But you,
Tentacles.
Yeah. You're not.
Been watching
big deal.
lot of weird Japanese movies, so maybe.
Yeah, it's weird down here.